congratulations if you're watching this morning. If not, good whatever it is. I hope that you are doing fantastic. Figured we'd just bring you along for today. Gonna go out and do some animal chores. Winter did decide to show up again, which we knew it was going to come again. But we woke up this morning with snow on the ground, and then it just turned, it had already turned to rain before we got up. And it continued to rain for a couple hours. The snow is pretty much gone now, but it's still cold. It's still yucky. It says it's 33 degrees. But I gotta go out and do some chores. And Wendy wanted me last night. She mentioned that I needed to make some sourdough again, and I ended up throwing out my starter. It's been months ago because we're not huge sourdough people. John likes it the best. And I put it in the refrigerator, and then I just, I'll feed it, and then I forget about it. And so I finally just forgot about it for too long and just cut my losses and threw it away. And so since she said that, I said, well, I'll have to start some new starter. And so that's what we're doing today. We're going to start some new starter. I'm going to use Lisa from Farmhouse on Boone's recipe. That's what I used last time as well, and probably the time before that. I'm not sure, but I thought about just buying some dehydrated starter on Amazon, but in the end, I think I'm just gonna start it because I don't think that will. I don't know. It won't have the same effect for me, and maybe it'd be better. Maybe I need to try it and see if it makes better bread. But I just feel like with me, the way that I am, I will criticize if I don't, make it from start. So that's what we're gonna do. I don't have unbleached flour, but I learned that they don't really matter. Sometimes it does, sometimes it don't. But I've never really had a negative effect with using just normal standard flour. It's all purpose, obviously. But anyways, I'm going to get that started. And then I figured we'd just bring you along for some chores. We've got to go out and water and feed and all that stuff. I know that the chickens need feed because I emptied their feeder into the run yesterday and brought it in so that I could remember to fill it up and take it back out this morning. So. And it is not this morning. It's actually 1 o'clock. So I need to get the starter started so that I can get out there and get my babies fed. Alright, so I'm gonna get 1 cup of flour here. Put it in our jar. And then 1 cup of warm water. It doesn't have to be warm, but I just figured it'd be better than cold, so. Not like super warm, it's just not cold. And this is what this is gonna be our stir. It's one of my dough whisk, but it broke off. I need to fix it, but I figured this would be the perfect little thing to get my dough going here. Make sure it's all nice and mixed together. Alright, I think that's good enough. I'm just going to try to clean up the edges a little bit because I don't like it looking like this, personally. And I figured I already had the flour out, and I was going to make homemade pizza one day this week anyways. We'd go ahead and do the homemade pizza for dinner. So got the bread maker out to make the pizza dough. We need to name our sourdough starter too. My friend made some just recently, and she named it Breadward, and the book nerd in me thought it was a great name, but just, I don't know. I thought about naming my Breadward and borrowing her name, but also just, I'm thinking about like something like Dolly Parton or something, because y'all know where my heart lays. So we'll figure it out. But let me know if you have any cute little sourdough starter name ideas. Even if I have already named her when this goes out, I can always save them for reference for next time. We're gonna get this dough started. I'm gonna use the recipe that I always use, so you would think that I would have it down pat by now, but I don't. I always have to go back and look in one of the pizza videos that I shared it in. Let's see if I've saved it lately. No, it's been a while since I made homemade pizza. So I just have to go into my YouTube studio and search pizza, and it'll bring up the videos that I named pizza in, and I can find it that way. That's how I always have to find it. I need to print it off and put it in my cookbook, but I have not done that yet. I think this Christmas one is the one that I usually go to for the recipe. Yep, there it is. Gotta get out here and get all my critters fed. It's still raining, but that's just part of it. You don't get to wait on good weather to take care of animals. So we're gonna get their feed took care of. And then I got a little bit of like fruit peelings and whatnot that I need to get took up to the compost pile. And then got a few things to do in the house again. We're going to get stuff done so that we can get back in. Looks like a trip to what's the place called? Tractor Supply is on the list for tomorrow. I meant to go this weekend, but got distracted, done other things, and so I didn't get to. No big deal. Let's go tomorrow. Future plan is for this porch to have a roof on it so that all the rain isn't falling down here. So that will be a plus for my feed, since I keep my feed out here. Feed don't get wet, but I'd rather not get wet while I'm getting feed either. Alrighty, where are we at? Okay. Had to bring them their food first because just make it easier on me. Good old treat, girl. Yeah, go feed the chickens. Clovis some leftovers last night done it the lazy way, and well, I gotta clean that up now. Hello, darlings. Put you some on the ground. Make it easier. Less spotting that way. It looks like we're out of water. Ooh, I should have grabbed gloves. I knew it before I even left in the house, but it's just one of those things I'll never learn, I don't guess, because I never wear gloves. Never ever. Okay, not never ever. You know what I mean. Hardly ever. One last thing, we're going to take this fruit peels up here to the compost pile and then get the chickens watered and then do stuff in the house where it's warm. Since we're already out here and wet and the kids probably won't be out today, might as well see if we got paid for our hard work. It looks like we did. I think I need to add a little bit more bedding in here because they've been knocking it out, which they do that. It's just part of it. But we got 4 eggs nonetheless. Washed eggs are the ones we've had the longest, so I'm going to put some of them in the egg cooker, this little dash egg cooker, because I want to make some boiled eggs to eat, obviously. And these washed ones have been, they're not washed, never mind, they're not washed, but these are the oldest eggs. I want to get out, I guess, these first 6 here and make those because I want some boiled eggs. And with egg prices being as expensive as they are, I really want to make sure we don't waste any eggs, which we don't usually waste eggs anyways, but every once in a while we do, especially in the summer when we're like have a super surplus of them. These aren't washed. I should have washed them before I cooked that one, but I want to make sure I don't waste them with it being as expensive as it is and whatnot. So I've been wanting some boiled eggs. I decided to go ahead and just throw me some in the egg maker here. This works really well with fresh eggs. I can go out and get them straight out of the coop and put them in here and they peel beautifully. Like every once in a while they won't, but for the most part they peel really good. And usually, you know, super fresh eggs don't peel that great. This one's busted a little bit, a little cracked, and I don't mess around with eggs or animal products, so we wouldn't have to throw that one away after I just said we don't waste. But that's not a voluntary waste, that's just I'm scared of it waste. Anyways, I won't you poke it. We're gonna get some boiled eggs here. I'll fill this back up with some more. I don't like to wash my eggs if I don't have to because they last longer if you don't wash them. But we're gonna boil some anyways, and then I have a terrible memory. I'm gonna make a little note here and put it in with these eggs in the refrigerator to use the green ones first. I put only the tan brown ones in here. That way, I know that the green ones are the older ones. So, pizza crust is done. We are not really ready to eat now, especially with most of us eating. I made John and Wendy and Nolan grilled cheese. Lily doesn't like grilled cheese. No surprise there. But Lily doesn't like grilled cheese, and I didn't eat any either. But it's not quite time for this pizza because nobody else is hungry, like I said. So, I don't know. I don't think Lily was hungry. She could have been, but she hadn't been complaining about it yet. So we're just going to get the pizza made, like made to completion, but not baked, if that makes sense. I'm going to go ahead and get it all put together and whatnot, and then we'll just start it when everybody's ready to eat. That way.
Alright guys, and that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We love y'all. We appreciate you. We'll see you next time. As always, remember to show grace, be content, and live blessed. Until next time. Bye guys.
Life ain't perfect, but it's all we've got.